So as you guys already saw from the thumbnail, not every day is a good day when you're doing construction. So we've had some pretty terrible days, like the day we had this concrete truck flip over. So let me tell you all about it. So we're scheduled to pour this job, which was by the lake, and it had rained pretty hard the day before. So I got there pretty early. We were supposed to start pouring at 7 a.m. I got there about 6 a.m. Everything looked good. The pump gets there. Everything's perfect, right? 7 o'clock rolls around. No finishers, no concrete truck. So I figured, well, they're running a little behind, no problem. 7:15, I start to kind of worry because my finishers are always there on time. But today they weren't. Of course, I wasn't too worried because the concrete truck wasn't showing up. About 7:20, I finally had to give them a call. I gave them a call and I said, hey, what's going on? You guys aren't here. They said, we're here with the concrete truck. I said, what do you mean with the concrete truck? I'm here at the job site. The pump's been here. There's nobody else here. He goes, no, we're down the road where the concrete truck flipped over. I said, what? So I jump in my truck. I go over there. This is what I find. What happened is the road doubled back, and the driver, which was the first driver, he was an inexperienced driver, and he turned a bit too fast and went over in the bar ditch and flipped the truck over. The finishers were behind him, so when he flipped over, they jumped out, made sure he was fine, and so, you know, that's what they were doing. So finally we get past the truck flipping over, you know what I mean? And we said, hey, well, we still have to get this concrete poured, so that's what we decided to focus on. So anyway, made sure the driver was fine, notified the concrete company, and you know, we got to get to work. So we lost a good hour or so. So anyway, we head over to the job site, we get the rest of the trucks, and we start pouring concrete. And again, we're already an hour behind. This slab's about 4 feet off the ground, so it's pretty tall, okay? So typically what we do, we start pouring the perimeter first, and we let it sit up, okay? However, we're an hour behind, so the guys are trying to go too fast. Remember, it had rained the day before, so the ground is wet. So they start going around and pouring concrete, and I start to hear forms crack, okay? I mean, just wood just cracking and twisting, and so I go around the back, and this is what I see. So what happened is the stakes that were in the ground, all that pressure from the concrete started to push those forms out, okay? And as you can see here, the concrete's flowing out from under the forms. So what happened is they filled that beam all the way up on the inside. And once it got to a certain point, it just started running out, okay? So it took the forms with it. We stopped the pour, and we literally had to tear all those forms down, shovel that concrete out of the way, put the forms back on, and keep going. Okay, of course that killed another hour or so. Everybody just kind of gathered around and put the forms up and put it back together, and we just kept going. So what I did is I called the concrete company and said, hey, I need you to stop sending me trucks because I have a problem. So they stopped. So what we did, we started pouring from the front back. Okay, by the time we got to the back, the form setters were done. We were able to, you know, finish it off. And then after everything was under control, then we poured the porch in the front. We did it on the same day, but usually we would just pour everything all at once. We had a break in between, and then we were able to finish it off. But it was pretty tough there for a while. The driver was fine. Finally had to get a wrecker out there, and of course the cops showed up and they wanted to talk to whoever was there. Of course we were pouring concrete, so they had to wait. Anyway, as you can see, by the time we get done, they had wreckers, they had cops, and everything was there. From what I understand, it cost the concrete company $10,000 to get that truck out of there. And of course that truck was full. It was full of concrete, so all that concrete dried up inside that truck. So you can imagine that was a very heavy truck. Luckily no one got hurt. We were able to save the slab. We didn't lose it, even though we lost those forms. Again, we were able just to dig them out, put it back, and keep going. So anyway, those are some of the things that we have to do out in the field, kind of roll with the punches. And it started off as a really bad day, and it only got worse. But you know, at the end of the day, everybody was happy, and we ended up with a really good slab. So not everything goes perfect on the job sites, and sometimes it goes really, really bad. So anyway, subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Give us a thumbs up, And next time I will tell you a story about how I lost $15,000 because of a bad painter. So come back and join us. We'll see you next time. We are Texas Barndominium.